minutes as well. But hello on the Haps app. How are you? It's 9:22 a.m. It's Monday, the 31st of January, I believe, and I've been sick for the past couple days. I'm feeling a little bit better today, but yeah, I had a fever. What's going on, Marcus? How are you, sir? Uh, I came down with a fever. I think it was like Friday night. I woke up like 4 in the morning. I was feeling like garbage on Saturday, and so I tried to get through work. I'm not sure what it was necessarily because there was some symptoms that I mean, I didn't have a huge cough. I normally have a cough because of the medication. Oh, I take my medication. My medication gives me a dry throat, so I'm coughing sometimes as it is. I didn't have like I had a runny nose in the morning on Saturday and Sunday morning, but it would only be in the morning, and I'd be my nose wouldn't be stuffed up. So Omicron, I don't know. I kind of want I kind of want to say he was the city, but I don't remember. Um, yeah, Omicron was the planet transformer or the city transformer or something like that. Um, uh, fruit punch, nice. Um, so uh, I've had a fever since Friday, and my body's been aching. And I'd have. Are you doing ecstasy again? No, but not again. Never again. Um, no, I'd just been rest. Like I tried to go to work. I tried to work through it because I couldn't say that it was COVID, and I'm like maybe I'm just feeling like garbage, and maybe I'll feel better if I work. If I stay active, and like by 2:30 in the afternoon, I was just my body was just drained. I was so exhausted, and my body hurt so much. And I'm like, if this is if I'm if I'm really coming down with something in the middle of a pandemic, it's not a good idea for me to be working. Uh, I always feel better when I don't work. Um, no, I mean I don't do a heck of a lot for my job, so it's not like I'm putting any extreme stress on my body or anything. It's just like you move. You get up, you sit down, you move. Maybe daily vitamins help. Now I've been told. Here's the thing. It depends on what form they are because I've been told by some doctors that just eat better. Take your vitamins in your food and not pill form because sometimes your body doesn't absorb the medicine. Like that's like multivitamins and stuff like that are they're like if you need to take a vitamin to help you like vitamin deficiency of a particular type, they'll prescribe it, but they're like there's actually doctors out there that'll be like they're always you could try it, but no. So I've just been like low energy and hurting and stuff like that. So Today I'm feeling a little bit better. Like I actually feel my brain's clearing up. I had kind of a brain fog. You know how you get when you have a fever. Like my brain just wasn't. Yesterday was kind of bad, but today I'm feeling a lot better. My fever broke about, I want to say, like 2:30 or so last night, and so I kind of slept on and off. I'd be super cold and then it'd be sweaty and all that. So I was messed up for a little bit, but I'm feeling a little bit better this morning. So I thought, let me get on here and see how everybody's doing. Try to clear my head, check in with folks. I'm not a big fan of like my setup now because at least when I'm on landscape, I take a lot of stuff for the gym. Oh, I hope it works out for you, man. I'm not poo pooing anything anybody else does. I'm just like, based off of the stuff that I've heard, I'm hesitant to do that. And I'm not a type of guy that likes to take, like, I didn't really take anything like cough and cold medicine or flu stuff. If I felt really bad, eventually I would cave and I would get something like Theraflu or whatever, or NyQuil or any of that stuff. But um, I just kind of tough it out for a couple of days and see if my natural immunity can do it. My son just got WWE Raw and won't leave me alone. The game, you mean? My son just got WWE Raw. Like he saw one. I'm not sure if you mean the TV on the Xbox. Okay. I'm like, are you talking about the TV show? Because that's been on for a while. I got you. Yeah, that's a pretty cool game. Um, I kind of miss doing Alliance of Violence with my boys. No, I was just saying, like the way that I'm sitting down right now, like my seat leans back a little bit, and my phone is upright, and it makes me look like I look so wide. Maybe I do that. I don't look as wide. So I take stuff for energy and muscle mass, but it helps keep me healthy as well. That's cool. Aaron! Hello, young lady. But I feel like I'm on the comeback from. I've just had like the shitty past couple months, haven't I? Like, man, a heart attack, and then just I've had a couple weekends where I felt kind of crummy. Ugh. The cold weather hits, and I start feeling yuck. Anyways, but at least I don't. Like I said, I don't know if it's COVID. Did they stent you? Yep. Yep. I got two stents in two major arteries. The good thing about that is, I've dropped weight, and I generally feel better. I'm not like all the time feeling crummy, but I certainly feel like I have energy now. I may not look like it because my body's still a little achy and I'm still like trying to recover. But I thought I had a red tongue. Um, I'm feeling better. My girlfriend is an ICU nurse. She deals with all the stuff. I have so much respect for people that work in hospitals. I could not do it. I've talked about that before on here. I worked for uh, I tried for a few days to work at a, it wasn't like too deep into the medical aspect of it. Pardon the pun. It was the oscopy folks, colonoscopies and stuff like that. I worked at a place where they did that. They did the exams and whatnot. And I was basically like a medical dishwasher kind of thing, cleaning the scopes and stuff. And imaging center, well, maybe that's the word I'm looking for, but you know what I mean. And I was kind of okay with it for a little while until somebody, of course, being a big guy, 6'3" and 300 something pounds, they need a big guy to help with something, or they automatically went to me and they're like, "Hey, we could use your help in the exam room. We got to turn this woman over or whatever." And because I guess she was out, and just like my, I had a panic attack. I couldn't, like, I can't do that. The medical, which is weird because when I had my heart attack, I was in the hospital, taking exams and all that stuff, and I was under for a little, for a few, um, for the whole heart thing, and I wasn't super nervous. It was like the one time when I was in the wheelchair, or was I in the bed? I think I was in the bed. I was in a bed and I was being wheeled to the um the room where they did my stint. Um, like that was I was a little nervous about that. I was a little excited about that. But hey, good morning. Speaking of nurses, hello nurse. How are you? But she gets paid 600 a shift extra because of COVID. It's insane. Is that worth the worth the payoff, or like is that worth the stress? I should say. Is that a good trade off? Is what the word I was looking for. What's going on in here? I haven't, Blondie. We haven't talked in a little bit. How have you been? Talk about the Periscope days. Yeah, I got a couple stents put in. I had a heart attack a couple months ago. Um, uh, so I'm doing a lot better than I was before, for sure. I would not want to be a transporter. That would stress me out way too much. Yeah, like rolling somebody through the halls and stuff that in order to get. Oh my god! I bet it was the FLA. Bless your heart. I bet it was the LFA. Oh my god! I bet it was the LFA. I'm gonna say left something artery or right something artery. I'm taking a guess here. Right coronary artery. Um, could have been. They went through my wrist. They went through my right arm. Um, I had said, and I can't confirm whether this is the case or not, but it was just a speculation on my part that it might have been my body being overstressed by getting the vaccine, because I had my heart attack a couple days after my second, I think, um, my second vaccination. I don't know if that's the case or not. And I say that just like that every time I talk about it because I'm like, I just want to say it. But anytime you say anytime you say anything about a vaccine or about the pandemic or anything like that, you're suddenly under total scrutiny about, shouldn't say bad things because agendas, all that. Aspirin a day keeps the MI away. Um, myocardial infarction. Yeah, yeah. The when they examined me, they took some tests, I think blood work, and they found that there were some enzymes, 81 milligram, yeah, chewables, yeah. Um, there was some enzyme that was showing in my blood work, um, from like my heart taking damage. My heart had taken some damage for sure. Um, so they were like kind of about it, and that didn't make me feel too good. Troponin level, troponin, is that the word that they used? I'm trying to remember what they said. They just said something about it. There was an enzyme. Troponin. I don't. I have a bad memory, so whatever. So I'm on all the meds, and like this is a very rare occasion where I'm drinking something other than water. Troponin. Um, once in a while I have a coffee, but I've been trying to lay off the caffeine. No more soda. Laying off the salt. Like right now, I'm at a Chinese restaurant that I usually go to because I know that I can have my diet. Uh, it's expensive to go to Subway because I could spend like 9-10 bucks on a spinach wrap, which may not really do the trick as far as making me feel full, making me feel content. So I wanted to go to a place that was a good deal, fresh food. Yeah, Subway's super expensive. Yeah. So I'm like, I don't want to get anything packaged. I don't want to get anything too overprocessed. I don't want to get anything that like you need protein, you need stuff like that. You can make your own lunch. I could. It's very difficult to do so when you're living in your van. I don't have a kitchen. I have a cooler. Um, right in the front seat here. I'll show you. Like that's my kitchen right here. Is a little cooler in the front seat. Um, so you're right. I could say if I had a kitchen, if I had a mean of cold storing food, and if there's a bunch of stuff that if I had that, I would be able to do so. Um, I lived in a semi truck. Oh, good, cool. Um, but I found an option. Like I said, there's a Chinese restaurant. It's not feasible to make your own. Um, it's possible, but it's just really difficult to do so. At some point, I would like to get a van where I could have a fridge, or I could have a cold storage. All I ate was salads and boiled eggs. Now, see, that to me, salads and boiled eggs does not sound healthy. I would not feel comfortable doing that. With the situation that I have right now, like I said, there's this Chinese restaurant that is in my neighborhood where I'm at now. That they make chicken on a stick, and they don't really season their foods very much. The what's your favorite kind of food? I'm not very picky. What I was just about to say is when I go to the Chinese place, they have chicken and broccoli, and they don't over season their sauce things. I don't do sauce. I don't do any of that stuff. So I'd get like a thing of egg foo young, like one little omelet of egg foo young. Salad and boiled eggs aren't healthy. Yeah. Well, I'm just saying that by itself, just a salad and boiled eggs. I mean, I'm just saying to me, it doesn't sound healthy. Not picky. You'd be excellent. Michigan. Um, like what I usually get. here I'm totally happy with. I come here and I get like an egg roll to treat myself, but I would get just chicken on a stick, and they have like they do string beans, and so I'd eat like string beans and broccoli and stuff like that from the chicken and broccoli. Not so much the chicken as I eat the broccoli. Grew up in Michigan. It was eat it or hit the dirt. Yeah. Um, I try to make sure that I don't have anything on my plate more than I have veggies. Like and it's hot, fresh. It's cheap. I can get this every day. Um, like they were going to be open in about an hour and a half. So I just get that, I just load up on veggies, and I drink water mostly. I drink water, like a ton of water, and your van is your house. Yeah. Um, like I got my meds. I drink my water. I love water too. Like I once in a while I'll get a soda. Yeah, let me show you. Like, so this is my bed. You can't really see it, but like my bed's in the back. Stop drinking pop. Yeah. Um, I I go to my friend's house and I have a extension cord plugged into their garage, and I run it through my window so that I could run a heater during the winter, a space heater, and I can I can run a fan during the during summer, during the hotter months. Um, and it works for the most part. Uh, but yeah, I lay off the since my I will do that. I will do a coffee. I'll get an iced coffee, and let me plug this in. Hold on 1 second. I'll get an iced coffee and a cigar maybe once a month. Thank you for saying pop. San Diego says soda. I hate that. It's pop. Yeah, 9 times out of 10, I'll drink coffee. I'll drink water. Once in a while, I'll treat myself to an iced coffee. Um, every now and then, like when I get the urge, get a I'll get some Pringles and a like cherry Coke Zero, or I used to do Mountain Dew a lot, but or like if I go to the movies, I'll get a soda and popcorn. I know how you feel because I used to live in Phoenix. Yeah, I never called it pop. Up in New England, we always called it soda. You know the assignment. You said pop. Um, but yeah, it's for me. It's water all the time, and I'll eat a little bit of chicken. Like, what's my favorite food is Chinese, anyways. I love Chinese food. Um, like burritos are nice. I used to like pizza a lot, and I just a lot of that stuff that I look at, all I see. My problem is the past maybe 5 years of my life. I just see everything as fat and salt and sugar, and it makes me too much MSG. I buy 3 sizes of Arrowhead water. I'm a freak about my water. Yeah, I keep trying to find these things, whether it's Deer Park or Poland Springs, like this size. And what is it? It's 3 liters, because they come in handy as well for backup bottles when you need them. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I have never had a problem with water. I knew like my entire garage fridge is water. Um, I like these because we have a spring in town. Probably about a mile from here, and I just refill my water bottles and store them under the bed. Water is fine as long as it has minerals. Yeah, I go to the spring and I just get water from there. Oh, thank you for subscribing, Emmanuel. Appreciate that. I now have 941 subscribers on Habs. Nice. Um. Uh. Where was I going with that? Oh yeah, I drink water all the time. As long as I get like some type of protein, I like chicken, so I'll eat chicken. I love spinach. I drink a shit ton of water when I get stoned. That shit drives me out. Yeah. Um, I wish there was a place that had like a clean buffet where I could just like if I could just do chicken breasts and spinach and stuff like that, um, and not have to worry about doing dishes, not have to worry about preparing the stuff. Uh, I could eat that all day long. Boiled eggs is a good source of protein. I like hard boiled eggs, but I can't say I eat them every day. Tuna is good protein, yes, no. Um, from what I've heard, tuna is a good source of protein. Um, but I don't know. It's not like I haven't really researched it too much. I know what I know what I don't like to eat. Like I'm lactose intolerant, so I can't eat too much cheese or dairy, anyways, which is perfectly fine with me. I used to be so into milk, drinking milk and stuff like that, and cheese and stuff, and I'm just not as into that as I used to be. You can get the eggs right out of the chickens. That's true. Hey Ben, what's going on, sir? Popo Chico or Pellegrino? Popo Chico. Um, but yeah, I'm not so. And when I think about like eggs, I'm usually like egg salad sandwich, but then I'm like that's bread and that's mayonnaise, and so that immediately turns me. That's a problem. I I end up talking myself out of so much food because I'm like, no, it's too much fat. It's too much this and that. So no fridge necessary. That's right. Mine is called Arrowhead Drinking Water. I don't really feel like wearing a hat, anyways. My friends punched me in the arm when I opened my egg salad. I love egg salad, but I've rethought everything that I've eaten. So where I'm at right now at this place, I could literally just have chicken on a stick and broccoli or green beans and drink water. And like I said, maybe I'll get an egg roll as a treat. I hate the yolk. Oh, I love it. Eggs are good. Like I say, I'm not saying I don't like it. I love hard boiled eggs and like egg salads and stuff like that. I love it, but I just talked myself out of it. But they said it smelled, so they punched me and told me to leave. Oh, nurse. Poor Blondie. Mine is called Sam's Club or Costco water, and I take standard processed minerals and vitamins. Um, yeah, food is just one of those things that I'm like, as long as it tastes all right. The main thing, like, if I could turn that off, and that was the doctor. If I could just turn that off and not have to eat, he isn't lying. I've ate cheese. I eat cheese. He isn't lying. I've ate Chinese with him. Yeah. Um. Yeah. If I could turn that part off where I don't need food, that would be great. Because I don't get a lot of pleasure from food anymore. Um. And that's kind of like I wish I could get rid of all this, all that's on me. But carbs, yeah, yeah. So that's why I'm sticking to what I'm sticking to. I used to love food. I used to be so excited about food, and I love the art. Well, I mean, I kind of still do. I still love the art of food, and I love a treat every now and then. Good for you, Matt. We will be here. Uh, I think what was it like a week ago? I had a slice of pizza, and I was kind of like, just because, like I said, because of my brain, just because of the way that I am, I'm like, I had one pizza, and I'm like, ugh. You know, it was all right. It tasted good, but I'm like, I'm done. I'm like, I've never been like that before. Usually, I'm like, if I bought a pizza, I'd buy a whole pizza and I'd eat the whole thing. But uh, here in Texas, Ozarka water is king. Nice. Um, but no, I'll eat the same thing over and over again. Just find something I like and just eat it over and over. As long as it's healthy and I don't have a guilty conscience about it, I'll be a happy dude. Arrowhead is queen. Um, and I'm hoping once I feel better, I could go back to the movies because I know there's a couple good movies coming out soon. I'm just kind of nervous about going out until I clear all this shit out of my system. Uh, what else? Did you ever start on prednisone? What I don't even know what that is. No, never. I never had never. That word is unfamiliar to me. It's a steroid. No, trying to eat healthy, but my wife keeps cooking delicious food. That was my problem when I was with Pam. She loved good food, and we'd talk about eating healthier, but we had a lot going against us. She was suffering from cancer. So it became, what can I make to make her happy? What can I make so that she's pleased? Because that was the only thing that was important to me. And I mean, I would do like there were certain foods that I made that she loved. We would try different stuff sometimes, but like I think that's one of the things that made me really big. Um, Most recently was just because I'm like, I just want to make good stuff that we'll both enjoy, and like that was it. So I got to make up for all that now. But um, food gives me anxiety. I hear that. Same here. Sorry to hear about your partner Pam suffering from cancer. Yeah, it just gets to the point where I was like, what'll make you happy? What do you want? And a lot of it was chili dip. Like it had good stuff in it. Like it would put spinach and corn and stuff. In, it would put, a lot of veggies stuff in it. But sour cream and cheese and uh, a lot of salt, eating chips because you can't have chili dip. It's dip. You can't have it without chips. It's kind of like nachos kind of thing. My wife is a Good for her. Give her a hug for me. Uh, like sometimes I think now about eating chili dip, and I'm like, man, I kind of miss it, but I also don't miss it because being on the other end of a heart attack, that's all I think about is that stuff would kill me. Like all the cheese and sour cream and shit that I used to eat. I hate the concept of procuring and eating food. I've been like that since 5 years old. My whole family knows that about me. Mm-hmm. Oh, so yeah, and I have never taken prednisone. Um, I got a couple carvedilol and amlodipine and metformin, uh, atorv, atorvasil or something like that. Like some diabetic medication. I got some blood thinners. I got some diabetes meds, cholesterol meds. Um, I eat once a day and hate every minute. I don't hate. So I don't hate eating. Like when I go here, I like it. Like to food tastes good. I'm not dumb. Food tastes good. It's the worry that comes with it that I don't like. Like it's like I said, if I could like not eat, not need food nourishment, um, that would be fantastic. And like if once in a while if I could taste something really nice, that would be fantastic too. But it's kind of like sex. I don't need sex. If I never have sex again for the rest of my life, which is completely possible, perfectly fine. Once in a while you get an itch to scratch the itch, get it over with. Like that's not a problem. Um uh but like it's when you I don't know if when you get older, now that I'm older, I'll put it that way, now that I'm older, like I just it's if I may be frank, it's just like masturbation. It's like it serves the purpose. It does the trick, but it's not something that it's not on my mind very much. Um, I had to be on that for almost 3 years cancer treatment. I gained so much weight. I finally have lost most of it. It took like 2 years. It was really hard. People will hate me because if I eat like that, my tummy will start making funny sounds. I hate to even think about dinner every night. It consumes me. I'm so bitter about the whole concept. I get it. I understand. Like it just becomes such a hassle. Which is when you put that in when you compare that to how some of the people live their lives where like they're just looking for their next meal kind of thing, like it really makes us sound super douchey. Oh, dinner again. But when you look at it, it all depends on the situation. It all depends on where you are. Your perception is reality, I guess. I don't want to seem like an asshole, but that is true. I'm kind of the same way. Oh, fucking food. Look at the way we live our lives, kind of thing. So, um, I make dinner for the family, but I don't eat because I'm pissed while I cook. I guess have I guess I have an indigenous island diet. So once in a while, I haven't done it lately, just because it's been so inexpensive for me to eat the way that I'm eating now. But once in a while, see, I think about that sometimes. I'm like, let me change things up a little bit, and just like I would go to. Does that mean you eat grass? Uh, I would go to the grocery store and I would get one of those plastic containers of greens, mixed greens that are just like super dark, leafy. I'm trying to remember what that is. It's spinach and like dark greens. Yeah, spinach and kale, exactly, and like just super dark greens. The best way I could put it. And I have no problem with that because I love that. It's actually fucking delicious. Like I don't know how I lived my life eating so much iceberg lettuce and romaine lettuce, um, when there's like really good, really tasty like dark greens that you can enjoy. Um, so I'd get that, and I'd get like some sort of protein, like a chicken sort of thing. Like I did chicken salad at the through the deli, which is probably not the best thing to have, but also, if I'm not going to cook my own chicken, if I don't have the means to cook my own chicken breasts, kind of thing, like you got to go with what's prepared, and things that are prepared with salt and pepper and mayonnaise and whatever in it, like normal. Um, like I'm not going to go to McDonald's to get my food. If you don't have the means to prepare your own food, you got to go where somebody prepares the food. And most of the places that offer food that's already got salt and a whole bunch of other shit in it. Which, like I said, I've gotten to the point now eating the chicken here at the Chinese food place, that why don't I say restaurant? The Chinese restaurant, Chinese food place. Anyways, um, uh, like the way they prepare it seems a lot healthier to me than a place that would prepare it with salt and like mayonnaise and all this other shit put in it. Mackinac Island fudge. Sounds good. I probably wouldn't eat it. You know, I'd probably eat that very sparingly. I don't. But that's another thing. Chocolate. Man, I feel so happy about that. I don't eat chocolate. I'm not. That's not something that really draws my attention. That I really crave. I hate Chinese food though. I have hated it my entire life. My dad was mad at me because he loved it. That yeah. I want to say. I want to say I remember Pam didn't like Chinese food. I think. At least she didn't want to go to the Chinese restaurants that we went to. Um, I know she didn't like going to restaurants, but I want to say that was one of the places that she was like, "No, you forgot the geese crap too." With that said, always wondered what the ingredients of that fudge. Geese crap. Um, yeah, I'm trying to remember what Pam used to say about, like, was it that she didn't like Chinese food? No, I think she liked Chinese food, but she was very picky about it. I can't remember. I always had Chinese food too. My dad loves it. It gives me a headache. Oh, well, see, if it gives you a headache, that's one thing. He'd say, just a frustrated voice, just try it, Michelle. You're so mad. Come on. I even understand, like, so I have a friend, and I won't mention their names, but I have a friend who likes Coke and doesn't like Pepsi. And that will influence their restaurant choices. So I know people that are very particular about the thing, about where what they consume and where they consume it. So the PF Chang's was made for American taste buds. I mean, most of the Chinese restaurants are. That's not necessary. It's American food, not necessarily authentic Chinese cuisine. From what I'm told, historically, the food that the Chinese people consume are different from what American people consume. I switched it up as part of my midlife crisis. It was Pepsi for 30 years. Now I'm Team Coke. I'm pretty easy with that because, like I said, I just drink water. I may not be very popular at some places because I won't buy a drink. I'll just drink water. I get a Coke once a month to go with tacos. Right, and like I said, if I go to whatever place I go to, fortunately, I've gone to Regal Cinemas to go to the movies. I have a annual pass, unlimited movies, and fortunately for Regal Theaters, they're serving Pepsi, so I can get a Mountain Dew and a popcorn. Um, so I feel pretty good about that. But then there are some people that won't go to the theater with me because they don't serve Coke products; they serve Pepsi products. Get a Coke once a month to go with tacos. Yeah, like Mongolian beef ain't in Asia because when I was in Hong Kong, no Mongolian beef on the menu. Pepsi is bubbly. That's kind of my argument for a lot of sodas. Like just carbonated stuff. Coke is flat. It's like super sweet now. And like I said, just carbonated isn't my jam anymore. If you get like a big glass with ice water, it's fucking delicious. Does me just fine. Speaking of Coke, this janitor told me he uses Coke to clean out the toilets. I wouldn't doubt it. It's like, who invented that shit? And like how much that's a part of people's lives. When I think about how much Mountain Dew I've consumed, how much soda, oh my gosh. I just look back at most of the stuff that I've had in my life and I'm like, oh man, what if I didn't drink that? What if I didn't eat that? Like, what if I didn't eat a pizza every time, like an entire pizza every time I get pizza? And especially like when you're, I'll just say what it is. When you're poor and you work as a pizza delivery driver and you can get free pizza, that means you don't have to pay for it and you can eat all the pizza you want to keep you fed, and it's just a bargain. But there's a trade-off because even though you're not paying for the pizza, like you're paying for it later on. This person at the table says just like an ice water. Yep. I think McDonald's ruined my diet. Yeah, that's I I can't remember the last time I went to McDonald's and actually bought something. Like it's been months. Um, but that gives me no pleasure either because sometimes you like I remember the good times, the good feelings, the good memories of meat and cheese and bread. That's all I want. I don't need the toppings. I don't need any extra shit. Just a nice cheeseburger and a fry and a drink. And I've got like so disappointed by burgers and by anything coming out of that place. Hello, is this live? Hello, it's I'm gonna say Spettermark. We are live. Hello. Then I pay with a stomach ache. Yep. For me, it's the fries. Yep. McDonald's really hits the spot sometimes. Now, see, it used to for me too. White Castle. It used to really make me happy too. Like comfort food. Once in a while, you want to get a burger and fries. Like that thought is in my head. Like that's the math. Uh tap tap is this thing on? um that's just in your brain. Like the math the math works. Like I said, meat and cheese and bread, beef patties, cheese, bread, a fry, and something to drink, and then a soda because. But um, Mr. Dawes, hello, how are you? Nathan Dawes, is that what this is? Um, McDonald's makes me feel alive. Yes, it makes Aaron feel alive. But no, I've just had no satisfaction with any of that stuff anymore. So it's kind of a blessing. Now I have fond memories of chili dip. Like I think I would enjoy it. It would, like I said, it would probably make me feel really bad for a long time. Like I don't think my stomach would forgive me for a little bit if I get because I would get you get a can of chili and then you get some uh, shredded cheese and some like a can of corn uh, and well, what was it? Can of black beans. Uh, like a whole thing of sour cream, all that stuff. Like and we had. Uh, you remember? I have no fond memories of any food. I like it while I'm eating it, but then I quickly forgot. So yes, so it's kind of like porn for Blondie. You don't really think about it until you need it, and then you do it, and then you instantly regret it when you're done, and then you're embarrassed. Okay, all going back to sleep to try to get my 10 hours. I'm at 6 hours. Had to drive my daughter. All right, sleep well. Hello, folks coming in that are just saying weird shit. How are you? Um, yeah, sleep well, Emmanuel. Thank you very much for coming in and hanging out with us for a little bit. I'm seeing Wagwan, so I'm like, Wagwan, Watagwan. That's how they say, what's going on in Jamaica. Watagwan, Etingwan Biairi. How are you today? I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking. How are you? Привет, дружище. Добро пожаловать. Прошу прощения, я не говорю по-русски. I'm surprised I remember that. Anybody that comes into my broadcast are welcome to come in and hang out with me and talk about whatever, just as long, everybody's welcome to join, just as long as they don't say a bunch of garbage. He called you G. All right. How are you doing today, G? What up, G? Sup, homie? You are now Master G. I'm not a master of anything. Um, so I've been trying to get my followers up on TikTok. I'm on TikTok and I'm at about 625 ish people. I'm trying to get to 1,000 so I could live stream on there as well. Because if I can, I'd like to live stream on TikTok. I like to live stream on all platforms. This is just the hi dude, great beard dude. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. I made it myself. What's the name on it? I'm on TikTok. I'm 3231 3TWO3ONE. Just like I am on here. Um, But yeah, I want to I want to get my followers up on there, get to 1,000 so that I can live stream because this is my format. I'll follow if I'm not already. All right. Uh, please do. If anybody has TikTok, look me up. I'd appreciate it. Yeah, because I'm not so good on the quick 1 minute thing. Like that's not what I want to do. I don't want to. I don't want to just do a little. Hey, something funny, man. I'm not a bit guy necessarily. I'm a conversation guy. Like I want to talk with people. I think that's a lot better for me. Uh, Certainly like on Periscope. That's what I was known for. It's the thing that worked for me. I can't even broadcast on Haps because I refuse to link my accounts to get to 1,000. Oh. Well, considering that's all that my life is, I have no problem linking my accounts. I have no other life other than that. There are people on Facebook that I know, but it's not like I'm on Facebook all the time. I don't want my Facebook people to see me on Haps. That's the problem with social media, right? There are some people that are like, my friends are here, and then my acquaintances are there. Hey, I'm doing very well. How are you doing? Hello, Wolves. Sue, is that Michelle? Yeah. Your work friends are on this social media, and then the people that know you from your social time, the people that you go out and drink with or that you party with, to know you from this account. Your Instagram people should never be with your Facebook people. Like you have everybody pushed in these particular. I don't give a shit like that. I don't care like that. I'm like, if anybody wants to hang out with me, that's universal. On Facebook, like I said, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, which I don't really use that much. It's more like a Twitter thing. If you have Twitter, you can get notified when I'm doing stuff. I'm on Twitch. I'm on YouTube. I'm on a bunch of different social media providers. And my content, I want to be the same. It's basically whatever you use, whatever you're comfortable with, come hang out with me. Like that's the reason why I like Hap the most. Um, is so that if I broadcast on here on Haps, this is going on to YouTube, this is going on to Twitch, this is going on to Facebook, and I'm perfectly fine with that. Like I wish there was a way that I could find some. Oh my God, Sue, is she allowed to do that? Oh, Well, there are some things that I don't have to do. That the thing, or I should say, there are some things that women do on the internet to gain attention that I can't do, and I shouldn't do. It's a different world. I couldn't say the F word anymore. Blondie, I demand you say the F word right now. Like, you are encouraged. You are encouraged to say the F word. I want my friends to feel free to be as raunchy and nerdy as they want to be. Like, that's what it should be. It should be come in and feel comfortable and hang out. They do what's comfortable. I think for the most part, people don't want to be rude, which is fantastic. They want to be in an environment where they can feel free to say what they want, to be themselves, not be anxious about the things that they say, not try to have so many filters. Just feel free to be what you want and say what you want. And for the most part, if you're given that freedom to do so, like me, I mean, I would say that I would certainly say that about me. I won't shy away from saying anything. It's just like there are some things that I don't feel like saying. I don't necessarily not talk about religion or not talk about politics because I think it would offend anybody. I just don't talk about it because it's not something that I'm interested in. It also so happens that I won't talk about that because other people get really pissy about it. I don't find that I swear very much, if I, if there's a place where I can do it, I'll do it for like comedic effect. But it's not like I'm absolutely vulgar. Me being me in my natural state is a nice friendly conversation. I'm feeling at home with the people that are around me. People are receptive. People are also giving back. Like I said, nurse, you're responding to the things that I say. You're feeling free to comment how you want to comment. That's the type of environment that I want to be in. I wish we could. I have people text me during a broadcast to say, I heard what you said. Oh man. Well, so you get what I'm saying. Like that's all I want is a comfortable environment where where I can broadcast out to folks. They can come in and they can respond, and we can just have a good time. That's all I want. Like, it'd be great if there was a way that I could monetize that. Don't get me wrong. Of course, it would be cool if I could, like, my plans when I was on Periscope and starting that out and actually considering, like, being a content creator, like, the whole idea was to be a professional buddy, to be somebody that I'm online, I'm entertaining people. If people like what they hear and they want to contribute, they want to donate, they want to, throw a couple bucks in the tip jar kind of thing, that'd be fantastic. If there was and especially with me and my lifestyle, if I made $1,000 a month, which is absolutely possible, you think 30 days, like what's the math on that? What's the daily? If it's 30 days in a month and $1,000 by the end of the month, like how much is that a day? It's got to be what, $20? That's not right. No, wouldn't it be $20? $32 a day? Yeah. So if there was a way that I could make that's so $32 a day. That's what, 10 people give me $5. No, it's more than that. $5. Cut that in half. So half of 32 is what? Is 17? No, 16. Trying to do the math on that. If you get 10 people, I don't know what I was trying to. Anyways, you know what I'm trying to say. There was a way that a few people could throw a couple bucks my way. You get like a handful of folks to throw $5 at me, and especially if a lot of people, if I do that all day long, if I'm able to stay online and have conversations, which I could do, like I've already spent what, an uh, hour and a half already just talking to the 33 people that have watched me so far. 33 people give me $1 to throw $1 my way. It's nothing. It's no skin off their backs. In the course of the day, I've had 33 people watch me. So that's in 1 hour. If I spent 4 hours, start a podcast and link Patreon to it. Yeah. So that's the thing. So the point that I was trying to get across before I got all, every time I do math and numbers. So this is interesting, by the way. So I'm something. I've found out the word for the thing. It's like dyslexia, but it's called dyscalculia that I have. I transpose numbers. I don't have numerical value literally in my brain does not work. So that's the reason why I say 100 sometimes when I mean 1,000, or the opposite. Or like I said, anytime I do anything dealing with numbers whatsoever, phone numbers or if people's ages, if it has to do with numerical, which makes it kind of funny that my screen name is 3231, and half of it is words instead of numbers. That's just like That's made it even more funny for me. But um, the point that I was getting to was back in the day when I started on Periscope, the idea came into my head of yes, do podcasts and uh, live stream and talk to people and to be the professional buddy and to do this thing where on a daily basis I can communicate with folks and just have a nice conversation with folks and create content. And there are some people that do that, like on Twitch and everything too. I just don't have the technology currently that I could do that, where I could broadcast on Twitch. Although I've heard that you can do that on your mobile phone, and I've tried it once or twice. Um, I have to figure out the whole, like, I think TikTok is one of those things with it. I have to figure out how to get my content out there so people are aware of it, and then find a comfortable place for me to maintain, to call home, so that no matter where you go, you can come hang out with me, and I can set up the means that people can easily um, show their appreciation for the content. Like I said, throw a couple bucks in the tip jar, kind of a thing. And it wouldn't take a lot for me to get to a point. Like, I don't need thousands of dollars. Literally, if I made $1,000 a month, that could help. If I made 2,000 a month, that would be my wildest dreams achieved. And 2,000 a month is what most people make just on the regular 40-hour work week. Not even really when you think about it, because 2,000 a month, that's just most people's rent and car payment, and maybe their phone bill. So, like, that's nothing for most people. It's just difficult. It means the 30 people have to give you $5 a day to get 1,000 a month. Yeah, yeah, and that means I have to be like, I have to at least. It wouldn't be impossible, considering that how many people I've had on my daily broadcast when I was on Periscope. I had like hundreds of people coming in the room, and they can come and go. So I don't know. It's like, plus with that number would drop significantly if I was sponsored. If I had companies, with my content, if I did a commercial every once in a while, if I did ad read every once in a while, like whatever things people are going through in their daily lives, the purchasing certain things, certain types of products, or think like Amazon affiliation or something like that. I could say, if you're going to buy something, click this link. Go onto my page and click this link if you're going to go shopping on Amazon, so that way I'll get credit. I'll get a couple bucks thrown my way through Amazon or something like that. Why would the amount of people drop if you advertise? No, I'm just saying the need. Like, I wouldn't need people to throw a couple of dollars my way if I had also sponsors on, if I advertised. Not that I would lose followers. It'd be like I wouldn't have to rely so heavily on followers. Like you said, 30 people give me $5 a day. Well, if I'm sponsored, only 10 people would need to give me $5 a day because I'm supplemented through other means. But so that's what I'm getting at. It's possible for me to, with my lifestyle, because I don't have a house, because I don't pay for my vehicle, the only expenses I have are gas and food, my phone bill, and a couple other expenses. Like I said, if we went with 2,000 a month, that would be double my expenses. I'll be saving money, making money on top of the money that I'm spending. So I'd be in the black for sure. It's like, it's possible. I know that it's possible because I've seen other people that are very successful on Twitch, very successful on YouTube. It's just sad that we all became poor in the last few years. Social media creators used to make bank. And a lot of the nature of social media has changed as well, um, with all the copyright and all the terms of service as far as, what's acceptable, the monetization and stuff like that, and the rules that they put, um, make it tougher. And I even saw something on um, content creators making money through YouTube versus content creators making money through TikTok. And that it used to be the case where on YouTube, I don't know if it's still the case anymore, but it was like 51% of whatever money is made from YouTube goes to the content creator, and then the other 49% goes to YouTube. And that used to be a thing. Like I said, I'm not sure. I'm not. I can't recall. I saw this article, and I'm not sure what the case of it is now. But then with TikTok, it's a locked in amount of a few $100,000 that goes to all the creators. And so where you work really hard on YouTube and you gain the followers and stuff like that, you'd make X amount of dollars, whereas you'd make pennies. I think it was like what, 20 cents a person. It might have been less than that, 15 cents a person or something like that. So you're doing a ton of work and you're getting pennies compared to the money that the YouTube and TikTok and whatnot would make. Hank Green, that's what I just watched that video right before. That's what I'm thinking of. Hank Green said it. Even my musician friend told me how many hits you need just for $1. Right. So that's a shame. But it wouldn't really it doesn't matter so much to me. The money part of it is like actually like kind of pisses me off. Like the important part to me isn't really making money on YouTube or making money on TikTok. It's getting the attention of people to do, like you said, I could do a Patreon where as long as I'm making the content and I'm involving people, there are ways that the money could go back to me. Gonna look it up. Thank you. Yeah, Hank Green, and it was TikTok versus YouTube or something along those lines as far as monetization. I couldn't remember where I heard that from, but yeah. It's interesting, but me personally, in my life, I don't want money to be the most important thing. I don't want that to consume me. I want it to be more along the lines of like I said, all I really need is like $2,000 a month. I'm not looking for expensive homes and a fleet of automobiles and to be able to travel wherever, whenever that I want, via my own personal jet or anything like that. It's more just like I want to just take care of myself. I've always said that as long as I got a little money in my pocket, I got a full tank of gas, I don't have to worry about anything coming down the pike that's going to ruin me. I can pay my bills. I can maintain keep my van in operating condition. That's the word I was looking for. 15,000 a month, and that's without fancy car. I need 15,000 a month, and that's without fancy car. I could not imagine. Like that would be, to me, that's like winning the lottery for me. $15,000 a month. That's the state I'm in my life. I could not imagine making $15,000 a month. To me, the TikTok monetization makes sense though, because the algorithm makes smaller creators seen much easier than YouTube. Yeah, I can't wrap my head around it myself. The algorithm makes smaller creators seen much easier than YouTube. I would see social media as being, like TikTok and YouTube and all that. I would see that as being a way for people to know about me, especially with TikTok. I would take TikTok as an opportunity. That's how I see it. I see TikTok as an opportunity for people just for me to connect with them, so that they see me, they know what I'm about, and they can come hang out with me and talk. That's the most important thing. It's not the format that I want to make a ton of money. If it were possible, that'd be fantastic, but it's not a necessity. The same reason with Haps. People don't like Haps because they find it inferior to like Periscope, and Periscope went away. I could go on to Twitter Live and go to all these other things. I like Haps because the most important thing to me is it's easy for me to get on my phone and reach out to people, and people can come find me and talk to me like this. That's the conversation is the most important thing to me. Like, it's unfair, but I can see why it's done. Yeah. And that's kind of the one of the reasons why I enjoyed broadcasting so much and building this community, because I actually love you people. I get an opportunity to meet people and hang out with folks, and we actually talk to each other like real fucking people, because we are. Like, we actually get to have a conversation, and I can talk to you about the things going on in my life and the questions that I have, and you can respond to me and say, here's what I think, because I'm looking for that. I'm looking for input. I'm looking for people to be like, hey Matt, why don't you consider this or consider that, or hey Matt, you know, I'm like, how could I do this to make more money? Well, Matt, here's something I could suggest, and I'll be like, great, I love suggestions. It's the conversation. Some people like conducting interviews. I like having a conversation. Go for it, Matt. Make your goal happen. I'm in the process of doing that right now in some way. Let's see if it works. Like, if I get the energy, if I get the motivation, which I'm kind of feeling a little bit with, like I said, TikTok. I've gotten myself up to 625 out of 1,000. So hopefully that last stretch won't be too difficult. It wasn't too difficult for me to get up to 600 so far. There are little tricks and stuff that I can do to get the numbers up, because that's what matters, is to get yourself up to 1,000 people, so that you get the ability. So I get the ability to live stream, so that I can actually connect with real people. The TikTok doesn't care about the quality of people that got me up to that 1,000. You know what I'm saying? Like, they want numbers. They want to see the statistic. They want to see 1000. Once they hit that point, that will satisfy them, and they'll unlock the feature that I can live stream. I'm not doing this to satisfy TikTok, other than to reach whatever numerical goal, to unlock this thing that I can use, so that, okay, now I can do what I want to do with another audience. And then, yes, absolutely, doing a podcast, setting up a Patreon, yeah, and kind of going back to what it was on Periscope. I'm concerned. I care about what other people like for content. I know what satisfies with me is just sitting, chilling out, and having a conversation. And I could put a little more organization into that, where I could actually set up topics and have a specific goal for what I talk about in a particular conversation. On Periscope, I had 3,000 pervs blocked because I didn't care about numbers. I pride myself on my numbers on Periscope, because I never had more people following me than I had blocked. For women, I would see that would be very easy to have 3,000 blocked. Like, women get harassed so much. You guys have to put up with so much shit on social media. I could have had 6,000 followers but blocked 3,000. I would feel, if I had 3,000 followers and 6,000 people blocked, that would make me happy. Like that was, I pride myself on that. I had like 1.3 thousand followers, but I think I had 2,000 blocked. Fantastic. That made me feel really good about myself. It took me forever to block. Um, and getting moderators on that, getting my friends on that would actually look out for me and stuff, and be, because that's another one of those things that I liked with Periscope was, and why I still open myself up on Haps and everything. Like, come on in and talk to me. If you're rude, then I'm still going to be nice to you. You're just going to get to the point where one of my moderators might be like, okay, we're going to shut you down. Like banning on Twitch and stuff like that. I look forward to having people that would have my back and throw the ban hammer down. I would hand select a lot of my friends, the regular followers who I consider good friends, like Blondie, Aaron. I would consider both of you. I would just give you that function where it's like, if somebody comes along, all I have to do is ask Matt, "Do you want this guy? Should I block this guy?" And then I'll be like, "Yes," and then you block him. That's it. Sassy was my mod. She was so funny. She would scream and say, "Don't say that about her." Yeah, yeah. I love having protective friends, and like Jenna was the probably the most protective of me out of all my friends that would get on here. I want to say I had like 30 or 40 people with moderator function, moderator permission. Is that the word I'm looking for? Access to the moderator function, where like if they wanted to, they could just block people for me. Status, maybe that's the word I'm looking for. I don't know. I have no problem telling people to fight. Yeah, yeah. Uh, I actually have fun talking to people and trying to convert them. Like, if somebody comes in because they just see a fat guy and they want to troll the fat guy, I have no problem talking to trolls, because there's a lot of time where I want to spend the time with them. If they come in and they say something, I'm like, why are you saying that? I'm being very nice to you. Like, I want to win. I want to win them over. Aaron from troll to mod. That's right. I want to win them. I want them to be like, yeah, you know what? All right. You seem like a nice guy. I kind of feel bad. You seem pretty cool. And I'm paying attention to them. I'm giving them love. It's like, you know that you're welcome here. So wherever you go, you can always come back here, and I'll always be like, hey, dude, what's up? I don't want to mess with strangers because I'm afraid they'll find me and cut off my long blonde hair. Oh, no. Don't do that. Well, there are weirdos, and I know that you have some risks that you have to look out for. There's some chances that you can't take, because if you're a woman and you seem in any way, just being a woman, period, you get people that I won't get. And if you're nice and you pay attention to people, or you're attractive, if you have any good qualities on top of just being a woman, heaven forbid, I'm just gonna say, cut my throat. Why did you even think I was a troll? Oh, I don't know. I don't consider you be a troll. No, there's no the honestly, I don't. If I ever did, no, I can't recall ever thinking that. I know that you thought that. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe there were some times where I would, like, I have an attention problem, When I'm having a conversation and dealing with a lot of people, I get a little overwhelmed and I want to talk about something going on in my day. But as I would talk about X, you would bring up Y. And I'd be like, I'd address you. Like there are people that just do that. Bad thing about Haps, I can't find bios anywhere, and I can't remember why. Yeah, at this point, it doesn't matter. But the only thing I could possibly think of, you thought I was the first time I came in. The only thing that I could think of that it might possibly be is, let's say I mentioned something about um, the color red, and I just mentioned something about that, and then I start talking about blue because blue is the thing I want to talk about. You would keep up bringing red, and I'd be like, okay, I'll address, be polite and address, and then I'd be like, okay, we're talking about this now. Yeah, but okay, and I move. It's like it's funny. I prefer you to talk about X so I can relax. um, yeah, that's the only thing I could think of, is that you were distracting me, and I kind of took that. I was just being a little sensitive that day, and I don't know. I know later on I troll and yell pee pee poo, but like the very first time I came in, you thought I was a troll. I don't know then. I'm not sure. Yeah, you leaned into it once in a while where you're like, Matt, am I bothering you? I'm talking about, I feel just all caps. I'm a feel alive. Or, and I can't even remember who it was, but someone would come in the room and you would talk to them. And you'd like, so I'm trying to address a room full of people and talking about a topic and listening to folks, and you would just talk about that one person. I don't know. I've also changed a lot as a person where I'm not so sensitive about certain things. Where that's something that anybody that does live streaming has to learn, is don't take things so personally. Don't be so sensitive about certain things. There are different types of people. You get kind of thicker skin, sort of a thing. So, like, being able to talk to my phone um, is one thing. I have windows all around me. Anybody could walk by and see me talking, and I used to care so much about that. Or anybody that would watch me on any type of platform, I would be so concerned about what they thought of me, and I'd be so concerned of saying the right thing or saying the wrong thing. I'd be so concerned about what people think of me. And that's something that just happens over time, is you just get thicker skin and you start seeing things differently, where it's like, I have no problem being gonna close my eyes. So nice talking to you. Take care. All right. Have a great day. Rest well. That's the other thing too, is if people would just leave, I would get so, like, I wasn't funny enough, or they didn't, they got bored of me or whatever. There are some people that just blocked me, unfriended me, unfollowed me, left me on social media, and that used to hurt my feelings so bad. And now it's just like, well, if I fucking hated when people walked by my car when I was on scope. Yeah, that's just something that happens over time. You just it, something in your brain that just has to change over time. I never leave without saying goodbye, and I'll tell you why. Please do. Then she leaves. I'll never leave without saying goodbye, and here's why. Click. Say goodbye. Never say goodbye. You and me and my old friend, hoping it will never end. That was such a prom song. Oh my God. That was me in junior high. Never Say Goodbye was the tears in your eyes because you love the girl so much and you're holding your hand. We have to go back home. It's almost last song of the night. What a flashback I just had back to being a teenager. The drama. But cut to, wait, nope, hold on. I'm 50. In 6 months, I'll be 50. The frig. Erica from the library. That's right. That's right. I was kind of pissed off. I went up to New England and I was telling her I'd go up to New England and would hang out. And then I got up to New England and I texted her or something like that, or messaged her on Facebook or something. And I said, when can we hang out? And she never got back to me. It was like a week went by and she never responded to me. What's going on, Dan the Man? How are you, sir? Before I was a nurse, I was in the hospital and loved my night nurse. At breakfast, and a different nurse walked in. It was like, where's the other nurse? It hurt me. I shouldn't say bye. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I could relate to that. I could understand how you'd feel. How are you, Dan the Man? I'm doing fantastic. Well, I mean, I wasn't feeling too good, but I'm in a better mood at least. So as a nurse now, I never just punch out and leave. Yeah, connect with, look somebody in the eye. Look at me. Look at me. I'm leaving. Goodbye. It could be just somebody in the room. Doesn't matter who it is in the room. Hey, you. All right, I'll talk to you later. I make goodbye rounds and introduce new nurses. Aww. Yes, my whole point about Erica was I tried to reconnect with her and she's like, I'm busy. I work all the time. And I'm like, all right, I gotcha. No problem. Good, nice to see you broadcasting. Miss the Periscope days. We need back. I'm working on it, man. I'm trying to figure out something. I know that I need this. I need this live streaming in my life. I'll always need that connected. So then that's settled. Bye bye. All right, Blondie. Have a great day. Rest well. Yeah, I know that I always need live streaming in my life. I always need that connection to people out in the world. It's the best. It's part of the best thing. Other than Pam in my life, other than like half a dozen people that I consider close friends in my life, the next tier of that is the Periscope folks. My friends, my community, the 3231 community, of which, yeah, hopefully you're a part of. I remember once I left the hospital after chemo and insisted I didn't want a wheelchair because I just wanted to get home to my cat, and I didn't say goodbye to my favorite nurse. Oh man. Just get me the hell out of here, right? Everything has sucked since the downfall of Periscope. Is there any other app like that out there? So here's the thing, Dan. This app, Haps, there's a lot of people that don't prefer it. But Haps as a broadcaster is a good app because it allows me to broadcast out to Facebook Live and Twitter Live and Twitch. And Instagram, I think, is coming soon. So there's like there's been problematic, but I'm getting out there, and I think TikTok is one of those ones that it may work on as well. I'm getting on TikTok. I'm up to 620-ish people. I got to get up to 1,000 people so that I'll unlock the feature that I can broadcast live to people on TikTok, and I think that would help me out a great deal as well. So TikTok is good for live streaming. I think I can get a lot of people in the room. I'm not sure about the monetization part of it, but that's not super important. It's a part of getting eyeballs on me and continuing conversation. Let me catch up to the conversation here. Then I fucking fainted. Then I fainted in the elevator. My mom opened the door. The nurse happened to be right outside, basically rescued me. Oh, geez. The problem is the group chats are all over the place. People can't connect. Yeah, yeah, that's the thing, right? Um, I would love to find the thing that would work, man. You know, I'm that's the reason why I'm on Instagram and I'm on Twitter and I'm on Twitch and I'm on YouTube and like that's the whole reason why I jumped on these things, because whatever works for people works for me. If I could find something that we can all connect on and enjoy and all get together, that would be great. Um, like Discord, and there's like so many different apps that so many people prefer that it just spreads out all over the place, and I don't know what to do. I wish I could come up with a solution. Uh, yeah, like one, everybody has their own preference, you know, and everything has its own. Like if I did Discord and did a podcast with Ben, and everybody came in on Discord, and I could connect with people, that'd be great. Well, Haps is the closest thing I can think of, because if I'm on Haps, people on Facebook can talk to me. People on Twitch can come talk to me. You know, the it all appears on chat. I agree. I was hoping for a return to Periscope. Yeah, well, that's not going to happen. It's Twitter Live now, and not a lot of people use Twitter. Part of it is the app itself. Part of it is that some people, it was a fad for a while, and they just got sick of the whole idea of getting on their phone and talking to people. So I know I'm going to lose friends just because people just don't do it anymore. Some of the people that I was friends with on Periscope were also on Periscope, and so they're more interested in getting their own thing done. Like, they're focusing on themselves and their own lives, which I totally get. That's just a part of life. Some people come for a season, some people are in your life for a reason, kind of a thing. I don't know I don't know what the answer is. I just know that, like, anything that comes out, anybody speaks up and says, "Hey, this," like I said, TikTok. Finding out that TikTok has an older audience now than it did, when it was, I think it was Musically, and then it turned to TikTok, and then it was all the kids using it, and then little by little it started getting taken over by the adults. So the grown-ups started using the app and using it for their purposes. No problem with that whatsoever. I'm like, cool. TikTok's a thing. People are watching it. You can get hundreds of people in your room. You can live stream. Cool. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going on TikTok. And I'll jump on there and I'll talk to people and I'll connect with folks and I'll be like, hey, what's the best app to do things on? Just TikTok, or do you like anything else? I'll reach out across all platforms. I'll find out what folks have to say. I know people aren't using Facebook like they used to, because Facebook was kind of assholes ish. People aren't really satisfied with Facebook that much anymore. YouTube was the place, and that kind of turned a little sour with all the demonetization and the copyrights and all that stuff. I know terms of service for TikTok, that may be the same thing, where they're like, they could just figure out a way to cut you down. TOS. Twitch the same way. Twitch is like, you can do this, you can't do that. They have their rules I have to abide by. So everyone is divided. Yeah. Um, and Blondie, uh, ER nurse Blondie said that, get a podcast and build you a Patreon, which fantastic idea. I have no problem with that whatsoever. Um, if I create a podcast, but the whole thing is the interaction. It's not just Matt recording himself and then people listen to it later. It's, I want you live. I want people in the room talking to me. I'm honestly on Twitter a lot more than Facebook these days. Yeah. Like, I love Instagram, but there's no way that's like as a user, not as a broadcaster. I could use Instagram as a broadcaster, as a content creator, but it just doesn't. I don't get. It's just not as useful for me. You know, I barely use Twitter. Twitter's the hey, I'm doing this. That's pretty much what Twitter is. Anytime I get the feeling I want to do something, I'll be like, throw it on Twitter, bulletin board kind of thing. TikTok live stream would be about interaction. YouTube live stream would be about interaction. But I think with YouTube, I have to have 1,000 people and like so much activity going on, in order for them to unlock that so that I could use that on YouTube. So I don't know the answer. Facebook, they're like, yeah, jump on and broadcast, live stream whenever you want. And I could do that, but I have a very limited amount of people that would watch me. So I don't know the answer. I hate Insta since they shifted their algorithm. So the search goes on. No idea. Periscope was great for a while. It certainly boosted me a lot. It made me, it was like one of those things that helped me learn what I need to do, like what's expected of me as a content creator. So I think that's, you know, maybe at some point people will get so fed up with the status quo, with the way that apps are now, that they'll be like, you know what? Content creators are going to create their own thing. But I don't know. I don't know what the new trend is going to be. Not my job. If Periscope made a return, it would be bigger than ever. I would think so. Have you looked into Streamlabs OBS with YouTube Live? Yes. Yes. I have OBS on my laptop. I can get onto YouTube Live. Yes. So there's a way that I can broadcast onto YouTube. I messed around with OBS back when I was with Pam. I'd get on Twitch and stuff like that. Like, I love the cross-platform thing. Like, there was a service called Restream, which I still think is around, Restream.io. I'm pretty sure they're still around, where I could broadcast from my laptop from OBS onto Restream, and then I would connect my accounts to that, so that, you know, I could broadcast from my computer to everything at once, kind of like what Haps is doing. I put all my accounts on Haps, and it can connect me, so that all I have to do is hit broadcast, and now it's going out to everybody. I think they have a lot of work to do on that still, because like I'd get the anonymous Facebook user and all that shit. Like I'd see on here on the screen, folks on YouTube could talk to me, folks on Twitch could talk to me, but and I wouldn't need a laptop, I wouldn't need OBS, I wouldn't need the extra apps open. So yeah, it's definitely something I have in mind. So okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get going because I'm gonna get something to eat. Thank you guys. Like, you distracted me from how bad I was feeling. I actually feel a little bit better now that I've been talking and got my energy up, my endorphins. Matt, real quick, what state are you in now? Denial. No, I'm in Tennessee right now. I'm in Knoxville, Tennessee. I don't know. I'm feeling good. Maybe I might, after I get something to eat, I might go get a coffee and get back on here. See who's on. Nice, good to see you. Hope you feel better. Thank you. I am feeling a little bit better, but yeah, I was down for a couple days. My fever broke last night, so like I can feel the whatever stuff was in my head for the past couple of days. I can feel it kind of going away. So And like I said, I feel a little bit of a boost because I get to hang out with you guys and talk and joke and focus on, distract myself a little bit. So yeah. But yeah, we'll see. Like, I'm gonna, half an hour, 45 minutes, something like that. Just grab something to eat real quick and chill out. Enjoy your lunch. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you, my love. I would let me just say this. I'll end with this. So I love you guys very much, and I hope you know that. Like the people that I've come to know over the past few years through live streaming that keep on coming back, that you guys legit are on my friends list because you guys definitely have a part of my heart. I want to rebuild this community. Maybe it'll never be Periscope again, but enjoy your day, man. I'll catch you on next one. All right, thank you, sir. But yeah, I want you guys to know that I fucking love you, and I want you around for the rest of my life, and I want to be on here for the rest of my life and broadcast and connect and build more people. Like find, I still stick to that. I want to bring you along with me, and then, like I said, open it up to more people. There are friends out there that we don't know yet. So many new people that we can meet through social media. I want to do that. You know, there's somebody watching TikTok right now. There's a bunch of people, well, not just one person. There's a bunch of people watching TikTok right now that have never heard of me. That one day I'll get to meet, and they'll be like, he's fucking cool, and his friends are cool, and I want to hang out with them. Like, just that exists. That's a guarantee that there are people out there that don't know us yet, and will soon be, in like a couple of years' time, will soon be just as close to us as the people that we first met years back. Like, I honestly believe that's something that's going to happen, because this can't be it. This can't be the end of it, where it's just like Periscope was great for a little while, and then it petered off, and then everyone's off doing their own thing, and that's it. We had a good time. It was a good while it lasted, and we're done. I don't think we're done. If I keep putting this out there, if I keep talking to people, we're going to connect with more folks, and it's going to change. It's not going to end. So here's hoping. But I love you guys, really, sincerely. And just for that, I'm going to do something I haven't done in a long time. I'm going to do the old outro. Thank you very much for following. Please join in if you'd like to hang out with me, and share the broadcast with your friends. Always nice to make new friends. And by all means, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, anywhere on the internet, look up on Google 32313TWO3ONE. Connect with me, and I forgot the old intro, but I remember that part about share it with your friends. Always nice to make new friends. It is, absolutely. That's never going to change. But I love you guys very much. Have a great day. I'll try to get on a little bit later. Love you. Bye.